here. We should be live on my main channel and on the MP Shorts channel and on Twitch. So if you guys are watching, you know what to do right when you get in here. Hit that like button. Trying to get everything situated. It was actually a late morning for me. Things moved kind of slow. I actually woke up and then went back to sleep. So usually I don't do that. We had a really good morning. We'll get into all of the detail in a little bit. So far, I mean, things look like they're starting to pull back, but we'll get into that. Yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button. All right, let's see. Let me put a... thank you for watching over on the MP Shorts channel. How you doing? How you doing, Mike? Matt Saad. Those is just completely running. Don't know what's going on. Let's see. I was gonna add something. Let's add that. I like using different thumbnails. All right, so we got 85 people in here, guys. Hit the like button. It does help out the channel a lot. Let's see what people are saying. Good morning. Good morning. Mask Investor wants to do a collab with you. I did stop by his live stream. I don't know what he said after that, if he did say something. I know he stopped by mine yesterday, which it wasn't even supposed to be a live stream on the main channel. I guess we can hook that up. I'm not really a collab type of person, because I'm, like I've told everybody, I'm very introvert. So yeah. Let's see, 4K viewers, over 17K followers. I've seen this stuff. I've been in his live a couple of times. I haven't. I think this is the first time I commented on his live, just because he came over to mine. I usually like to show love to everybody that's streaming. So, what up? AMC is up. That's what. Good morning. Bye. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I was in his live, and him and his people want you there in the channel for a collab. Okay. Yeah, maybe we can set that up. We better get this. Better get in and buy, family. Yeah, right now we're seeing, like I've told you before, it's kind of hedgy land where it is now. Is it a buy now? I'm seeing this actually, and don't think this as any type of FUD. I'm actually seeing this come down more and more throughout the morning. Yeah, we've had a lot of volume through the after hours market and in the pre-market to get us up to above 40, above 44. And yeah, and it's I'm seeing it come back a little bit, and probably get to. I hope we see some sort of rally in the pre-market, but we did see a large increase. And now they're starting to pull that back. And as you see that pullback, I mean, they're really just trying to pull people out of the position. So just know that, like I said, this is hedgy land where they control a lot of the movement. Let's see. We better get in and buy, family. Oh yeah, I've just read that. We won't see these lows for a while. Never mind. Looks more like around 4. Once 100, it's going to rocket. Yeah, we really can't predict exactly when it's going to rocket, but if we see it, make that move to 100, we should definitely see that continuation of that. we are noticing some larger swings when it hits these highs and dropping to these lows. So as it starts to go higher, notice that we're not going to see just upward movement. When it does rocket, we will see nothing but upward movement. It will be halted multiple times, and it'll just, that's what will happen. But we're going to see some large movement. But typically, what we would see is large movement and then a large pullback, because with any large movement, I've always said this, that you are going to see people that maybe just take profit, and then also maybe you have whales that take profit, some regular people that take profit, but mainly they're still trying to short this thing. Once they give up and they continue to cover, there's going to be no negativity to it until we get to the point to where it hit the peak. You need to stop being hard on yourself. You're a great speaker, and a lot of people love listening to you, what you say. I appreciate that. I'm not saying that I'm hard on myself and that I'm not a great speaker, that I like to, or that I don't do a decent job streaming, but I'm just a very introvert person. If you see me in person, I mean, you'll tell that I'm more introvert than anything, just because I really don't go out and extend the conversation, really. There are people, so many people that I know in this world. I've seen so many people in like different states, and I just don't say, hey, how are you doing? It's crazy to see you here. Like I'd rather not and be by myself, but that's just my personality. Even though deep down inside, I want to say, hey, it's great to see you here, but something about my personality just stops it. Thank you so much for your insight. I'm new to stocks. Your explanation helps a lot. May God bless you and triple all your assets. I appreciate that a lot. I'm glad that people can find value in what I give. Because again, let me see if I'm missing on Twitch. Because again, I'm just trying to be realistic for everybody and be something different than what everybody else is doing. If we have certain people that may keep everything 100% positive, it's always great to have that, but it's also great to understand the negative sides of things. Yeah, we got 3 people over on Twitch. How you doing, Tom Roth? Thank you for stopping by. If anybody wants to chat and they're in this 276 viewers, then I have the MP Shorts channel open where you can say something, and I also have the Twitch open, so you can find both of those. I'll give you the Twitch in the chat here. It's a free popcorn. They better do something like that. What am I saying? Follow my Twitch. Sometimes I get lost. Boom. Over here now. Yeah, either way, I appreciate you being here. Let's see. Good morning. I'm thinking of putting some margin on AMC today, but not sure. Would be my first time doing it. That's where it gets tricky. I know some people in the beginning, when all of this went the opposite way, they got margin called for their AMC, and actually when it wasn't going the opposite way, it was going the right way, and people just got margin called, and I don't want that to happen to anybody. I would like it to be basically it would be real shares, but essentially real shares that you're owning. We got 5 people over here, 6 people over here in the MP Shorts channel. Thank you for showing up. What's a good entry point today? Holding 35, but want more. I think you actually will see it, to tell you the truth. I'm thinking this is going to pull back. What I needed to see in this pre-market is the break of 40, to know that we can easily break 40, that there's no like full resistance point. Yes, you could see a couple of resistance points up here where it pulls back, but you mainly see those increases, and that it can hold above that $40 mark, meaning that we can get there. So I'm thinking we might see that pullback as because it looks like it's a not downward spiral, but it's starting to fall. It's creating that mountain, and we're gonna probably see that continue into the actual market open. So I'm hoping we can have some sort of rally here. It seems like we resisted multiple rallies here, and it's just based on, I guess, what hedge funds are doing here, because majority of this activity are billionaires and people with hedge funds. So I think you might actually see it. I hate people, but there's a lot of people that looked up to you for opinions, and you have a great fan base. It will look nothing but how about a blast off, dude? Okay, I understand. It was higher when I got up. Yeah, when I first got up, it was actually higher, and then I went back to sleep, and it dropped down. I was excited because I was like, you know what? Let me go to sleep, and what it'll do is it'll skyrocket more. I usually wake up at 5 in the morning, and if I went back to sleep, it would skyrocket more. It didn't do that. It ended up coming back. So I should have stayed awake. Maybe I'm the problem. Check Adam Air on Twitter. No, today AMC, I launched communicate often AMC shareholders. You get AMC Investor Connect. You get AMC stubs benefits and Investor Connect. That we're looking at. More than 500 million AMC shares changed hands in a typical week. In our view, selling 8.5 million. Okay, that was 10 hours ago. Yeah, I think it wasn't bad with the 8.5 million. I said that in my last live stream and my video. Great job, thank you. Morning proof it's not a dead chicken. And a miniature rooster. Dogecoin is moving nicely thanks to Coinbase and the Dogecoin family. Wait, thanks to Coinbase, as in Coinbase allows you to buy on the platform? Oh, come on. My mouse is starting to mess up. Let's go to portfolio. No. Home. Then go to the prices. It's Doge. If they did, why would they not be at the top of the list? 43 cents right now. It's still not supported on. Yeah, I thought maybe that was it when you were like, oh well. Let me see. Go to creator. Guys, thank you for joining Coinbase Pro. I think it allows you to buy Doge, but starting Friday. Okay. I'm going to take profit on my options and get back in with a longer date, holding equity too. That's amazing. It's great to hear. This is crazy. I'm a noob to all of this, but I've made silly amounts of money. Just know, and I don't want a lot of people to get stuck here to basically say, oh, I made silly amounts of money, I'm going to keep doing this. This doesn't happen often. We're making it happen often. We also have another opportunity or a bunch of other opportunities to do the same thing, but a lot of times the hedge funds are not going to be stupid enough to do it 7 times. One time is crazy. There's a lot of people that made a ton of money and that are going to make a ton of money. And I just want you to be careful and understand that other situations require a lot more, research from you rather than a full community. So no, it's a lot more difficult, that you can't just take up a career of trading without understanding, the full mechanics of it, understanding risk management, because anybody can really make money in a bull market, but it's very difficult to make money in a bear market. So if you can find a way to make money then or limit your losses, that's a win in my book. Is there a difference between a slight pullback and a concerning unhealthy pullback? Yeah, there's definitely a difference. You'll notice a healthy pullback. Well, this is obviously not a healthy pullback. This is a manipulated pullback because this should not be that far. It held so much strength up in that $44 mark. We understand that we should see a pullback when it does increase quite a bit. But this is over, a few hours of time seeing this and seeing that decrease that much. And hopefully we can see that jump. We want to create this newer high, which could indicate an uptrend, and then obviously see that crossover the 15 moving average and 200 EMA. So it looks like it's pushing back up. All right, so we got 568 people in here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. It does help out the video. It helps out get the stream out to other people. I know I wasn't supposed to stream on this channel. I wasn't supposed to stream on this channel last night on the Matthew Perry channel. It was supposed to be the MP Shorts channel because when you post too many videos, you don't get a notification. I don't know if everybody got a notification today. I wouldn't mind a bit more dip to buy than Big V. I hear you. Once this pops and settles, Adam can dilute and get rid of AMC debt. Yeah, we're hoping that he can make some big moves with AMC debt, and then we can end up seeing them implement something bigger. So like with GameStop, obviously they're looking to change a lot of their business model, and they are making those moves, hiring executive teams and all that stuff. And we want to see the same thing with AMC to change things up, bring somebody in that's going to make the largest movie theater chain into something that's desirable to go to, because people are actually just saying, you know what, I'm an investor. I want to go to AMC and support the cause. But if they have in the back of their mind, I would typically go to this movie theater. That's not what we want to hear. We want to hear that when this is all said and done, that they're going to keep going to AMC. So it's not only about investing at this point. Obviously, to make money, it's about investing, but it's way more than that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take some profits on options as well this morning. Bumping to 500. I think somebody else became a member, and I'm sorry if I missed it. Tyler, thank you for becoming a member. Well, what? I didn't answer one of your questions. If I make a decent amount of money, I'm going to diversify with some of it. Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't want to see anybody just spend all of their money at one place, just like your mom or dad would tell you. Don't spend your money all in one place. It's true. You shouldn't. I think it's better to reinvest your money. As you know, we have two memberships here. We have Make Money member, and then we have the Money Makes Money member. If you are a person that understands that money makes money, then you know what to do with that money. You know what to do with $600,000 or $1 million. Not reinvest it into another total YOLO play. You might have some that goes into a YOLO play because some that has a YOLO play that has a lot of push behind it, really. DT, thank you for becoming a member. Remember, I only make that membership 99 cents so that we get rid of any FUD that's in the chat. We had apparently a lot of issues yesterday when we were live on my mobile device, which I couldn't go to members only for some reason. You can see the bid ask, dude. I risk it all every time, and I have the worst mentality. Yeah, I don't want people to get stuck that way, because if you're a new investor, it makes so much sense. Yes, this is a great play for you to make a ton of money, but this is something that can fund your account, fund what you want to do. You want financial freedom? This will fund it. If you get $1 million, $2 million, you can find a way to put that aside and live off the interest. You know what I mean? And also maybe have a part-time job or something, and then figure out what you're going to do investing wise or trading wise. And if you can make about $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month, then go ahead and do that, So Over 3 million shares available for shorting today. No problem. I YOLO'd into SoFi and it worked out. Yeah, sometimes it really does work out. You can YOLO a lot of positions and it could really work out, especially in a bull market. My nose is just ridiculous. Especially in a bull market. But yeah, I mean, it's so tough to find that, success on the way down. And I find success in trading as, someone that knows how to manage their risk and also make a very, very large profit. We should eat those 8.5 million shorts that were dumped yesterday. It was the 8.5 million shares that were dumped yesterday. They didn't. What was the percentage of short? I would imagine they shorted it a lot on the way up because they like to suppress the amount of power that we have. So I would imagine that. Thank you for watching on all these different platforms. If you guys want to support me, wow. Okay, no, that's Zomedica. First of all, Zomedica was 45% short yesterday. 45% short. It had 33.5 million shares worth of volume and it had 15 million short shares. Just to let you know, Zomedica is still being shorted. So don't think that this negative movement is because of retail traders. Retail traders are buying this thing up, even though it was 35 or 45% short. It did not decrease a crazy amount. I think it decreased 2% yesterday, which is about 2 cents. Let's see. Where's AMC? AMC had 19% short volume. So they're sticking around that 20% mark, still shorting it. Not a crazy amount like it was before at 30% or so, but 97.5 million short shares yesterday. 2 more weeks of almost there. Nice. Same here. Enjoying your break. Well deserved. Don't get me wrong. I've done my research. I understand this is an anomaly. Thank you for your non-financial advice. Yeah, no problem. I mean, I just want everybody, especially if you're a new trader, if you're someone that is experienced, you understand the risks in playing these type of plays. You never know what's going to happen with the systems, who they have in their back pocket, especially when you're going against people with a lot of money. So it's good that we're seeing a lot of positivity here, and I'm just waiting on the day that Robinhood comes out and says, oh, well, you know what, we can't handle this volume, so we're gonna just restrict. And that's when we'll basically light them up on Twitter. Let's see. DT had a crazy amount of debt, so I believe they still need hundreds of millions, a couple billion. Yeah, AMC needs a lot in order to basically cover a lot of their stuff, a lot of their debt. But they'll get there. As we're starting to see this increase, we will get there. I think we have another 13 million shares, if I understand the Bloomberg article correctly. Do you know if that's true? They shouldn't. No, I didn't check all of that, but they shouldn't. If they called it overvalued for some reason, then they shouldn't have anything. Those should go to real. Those should go to real apes, basically. All of us, we should be getting that. Now, like I've said in the past, I want to push the narrative that the more shares that you have, the more impact that you have to selling. If you have, less than, let's say, 2,000 shares, we need to understand what is the level that will affect the squeeze so much, because we want the squeeze to continue, but we want people to get their money. We want people to get, everything that they wanted. Risks are this is Wendy's only risk. Only risk is a heart attack after all those tendies. I hear you. AMC calls are stupid expensive. If you own a few hundred shares, now is a good time to write some calls. I'm amped. Let's get this, ladies and gents, to drop a like and join the Discord group below. Keep these diamond hands and become rich together. Absolutely. We have 700 people in here, guys. Hit that like button. Get some people in here. Does help out the channel a ton. We got 11 people over in the MP Shorts channel. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys over there and on Twitch. 14 people over on Twitch. Zomedica is being shorted too. Yeah, it's being heavily shorted. Let me show you guys the days of Zomedica being shorted. So yesterday they were 45% short. I'm sorry if you can't see this on the MP Shorts channel, but yesterday they were 45% short. Actually, you know what? Boom. Right there. They were 45% short. I'll turn this back around. And they had 15 million short shares. You can see as we go down here to the amount that's shorted volume for the day, we see 44%, 28%, 26%, 25%, 30, 32. There were some points to where it was 66% short. So they're continuing to short this depending on the volume that comes in just to drive this down. So a lot of times it's above that 20% short there, well above 20%, close to 30 down here. There we go. All right, perfect. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with. So hopefully you enjoyed that movement. AMC is going to give retail traders exclusive like screening, free popcorn, etc. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. You know, it basically brings investors over to that platform, or bring them over to the business. Let's see. Let's check out what's happening with AMC if we see any more movement. So it is starting to level out here rather than that increase. We wanted to see that create a new high, but it didn't create that new high. It did create a new low. I don't know if that will be considered the low because it does seem like a consolidation, but it did create a new low. So hopefully we see higher lows and higher highs. That would be amazing. AMC, okay. Let's get ready to rumble. Where's Ralph? I don't know who Ralph is. Good morning, Matt and family. What's up with Doge? Going to the moon. Doge is making some moves, I guess, with an announcement, you know, that it's going to be traded on Coinbase or something. But yeah, I haven't looked into it too much. It got up to 44 cents, which is really good. And yeah, I'm still holding 2,000 Doge over here and 800 Doge over in my Robinhood account. What's up, peoples? What's up, Jack the Ripper? Thank you guys for joining me on this live stream in this morning. I understand that a lot of notifications probably didn't go out with the amount of videos. I think I posted one video, had one live stream or two live streams. And one live stream went from, I think it was like 11 o'clock to like 1 in the morning or 12:30. Oh man, Doge on Coinbase tomorrow. I don't think it's on Coinbase tomorrow. I would have to. Doge on Coinbase. Dogecoin is launching on Coinbase Pro. Starting today, June 1st, transfer Doge into Coinbase Pro. Amount ahead of trading. Support Doge in general and available in Coinbase supported jurisdiction. Trading will begin after 9 a.m. Pacific time, Thursday, June 3rd. Okay. If liquidity conditions are met. So it's still dependent on certain things. But either way, you can make that move tomorrow. I will save this page so I can talk about this later, make a video on it, make an MP Shorts video on it. Bleach and cough drops. Thank you for becoming a member. I don't know what that means. I hope you're not taking bleach and cough drops out unless you just really like bleach. Not as like a beverage, but you know what I mean. Is launching AMC Investor Connect, an innovative proactive communication initiative that will put AMC in direct communication with its extraordinary base of enthusiastic and passionate individuals, shareholders, to keep them up to date about important company information and to provide them with special offers. One. Oh, man. Well, that's good. That's really good. Let me slide off into the sunset real quick. All right. Perfect. Had to blow my nose. Went up a lot last night. Yeah. You seen AMC jump up a crazy amount last night. I was just hoping that we seen it break 40, and I was saying it last night. I was like, if this gaps up and breaks 40, it's going to be really big. And, I wasn't surprised that it did do that. To just break 40, I thought wasn't going to be a mission, but to get to 44, get to 45 is amazing. It's showing that it has a lot of strength to get to these points, get to 45, get to $50. Hey Matt, can you call the price out every so often for us who are listening and watching? Okay, yeah, I can definitely do that. AMC is at $38.74, currently up 20% in the pre-market, and it's looking like we're seeing more of a consolidation period. It's starting to level back down to maybe that $37 mark. We'll see what actually happens there. But right now it's at $38 or going up to $39 or so. Mavis has been finally moving. Yeah, MVIS is up 7% in the pre-market. It got up to $19 and 47 cents. It's currently at $19.34. What is the volume looking like for AMC? 9 million shares, and we still have well over an hour left. Antonio, thank you for becoming a member. 9 million shares. Let's actually look at Fidelity, because Fidelity gives me a better picture of what's going on. Let's see. How you guys doing over here? What about BB? Yeah, BlackBerry's moving at 13%. You could see over here, or it's 14% basically up in the pre-market. That made a huge move. In the after hours market, in the pre-market, you could see this consolidation. The way that it's leveling out here, showing a lot of strength at some of these areas, and even got to $14 in the pre-market, which is amazing. I'm loving this. Love seeing this, because then a lot of people ask me about where BlackBerry can go as a company. I don't see them as a big company, as something that's going to get crazy large. But with the squeeze and following AMC and GME, it's going to be something that does take off, because it was tied to them in the beginning. And if it's tied to them, then it's going to be tied to them now. So yeah, BlackBerry looks great. I want to buy more shares of AMC in my Roth IRA. Let me see. 21.5 million shares worth of volume for AMC and Fidelity. That's crazy. I love seeing this high volume, and the funny thing is, like, volume, well, it's not funny, but the weird thing that people don't take from this is that volume can go both ways with buying and selling. So just because we see high volume doesn't mean it's going to be a positive day, but I love seeing the high volume. It means that we're we're probably seeing them fight it a lot more. They want to stick around that 20% short, and it's going to continue to dwindle down. I think it's going to be, it was at 30% short, down to 25, 20% short. I think they're going to continue to, pull away from that. How are you this morning? I'm doing pretty good. Still feeling it with allergies and everything, but I'm doing good. How do I become a member? There's a link in the description to become a member. If you're on iPhone, you have to use that link. If you are, on desktop or PC or Android or something, you'll be able to actually see that join button next to the subscribe button. So either way, if you go in the description, there should be the first link should be join the channel to get access to perks. So you can click that link, join up, and it's 99 cents or $1.99, whichever one you prefer. I post ETF watches on my Money Makes Money member, so the $1.99 version, and also other videos as well as we see fit, if it's something that's really interesting. And the Discord group, I post a lot of different things. If you're new to investing, I talk about in the highest level in the Discord group, I actually break down my How to Day Trade for a Living books and all different types of books, going through it and giving you my perspective on some of these books. It's not really, it's a thing that kind of forces you to listen to what a book has to offer. And if you guys are interested in the book, we can always go through what they say in that book. Your allergies are waking mine up. Oh, I'm sorry. Hector, thank you for becoming a member. Go take a look at the link I sent you on Twitter. SEC filing worth taking a minute to read out. Actually listening materials. Yeah, I don't like to just go out and taking a minute to or taking time out of the day to read this out on the stream. I can read it offline, but not on the stream. The AMC Entertainment Holding unveils a new communication initiative to engage directly with sizable retail shareholders based through a launch of its AMC Investor Connect. That's awesome. Yeah, but we will have to check that out to see what the crux of that is. We got 9 people on Twitch. Thank you for stopping by. What does Wicks on a candlestick indicate? It indicates the highest point and the lowest point during that minute, not where it opened and where it closed. It indicates the highest and lowest point. So basically, you'll see, on a given candlestick, and we'll go up here and look at this. You'll see we have the O, we have the open, we have the high. Jesus, for some reason we have the high, we have the low, and we have where it closed. So the high and the low, just those are the indication of the Wicks. So it's going to tell you that it got up to $13.24 within that minute, got to a low of $13.14 within that minute, but it opened. The body is going to tell you where it opened, depending on what you're looking at. A green candle will be from bottom to top. A red candle will be from top to bottom. So when you do see that, you'll say, okay, it opened at $12.87. You automatically know that it's red based on this color, and it closed at $12.95. So we're seeing it in those moves. Hopefully that easily explains it. But those wicks are important because it tells you where there's buying strength or selling strength. You want to see like a hammerhead candle on the way up. You want to see those moves, those dojis, spinning tops. And we'll actually get into that in the How to Day Trade for a Living book in, I believe, the next chapter. So how high do you think ZOM will eventually get? I think it could actually get pretty high. I don't like to ever wait it out to those periods. So I think it can actually get pretty high. Yeah, we have 700 viewers and 300 likes. Do something for the man, y'all. I appreciate that. Make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't hit it, it does help out the channel a ton. Thank you for your simplified explanation. No problem. Oh, sorry for the inconvenience. No problem. I mean, that's great to be able to see that. So I have that in my sights, and it's something that I can bring up and, you know, maybe create a video on once I actually read it. So depending how much data is there. If it's not, then, you know, we'll basically you know, add it into another video. So yeah. But AMC right now is at $38.47. We are seeing a little bit of a pullback here. You know, it's down to 19% of an increase, 19.5% of an increase, which is crazy to say that, you know, it's down to 19.5%. It's not down 19.5%. It's down to 19.5% from being up in the 20s. Oh, man. Let's see. AMC on the go, GME run. Yeah, we need GME to make those moves as well. It did jump up to $262, but this is not taking like the same exact approach to what's happening in GME. You're seeing it. This mouse is just acting weird. You're seeing it get down to $245, and then did have a little bit of a V-shaped recovery, thinking we're going to see that push back up over the 200 EMA, but we're not seeing that right now. Oh, are you live on 2 streams? I knew it. You got clones. No. I have my phone set up, which is a different picture, a different view. It's not the same view. You can actually stream up to 3 streams as long as they're different time periods, different views, different things that you're looking at. So really, this is the I would be streaming on can't think of the name, TikTok. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. Anybody that wants to subscribe to the MP Shorts channel, please do so. This is going to be my more like on the go type of stream. If I'm ever on the go and I just want to talk about what AMC could do, I will be on this channel and streaming that way. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you go over to my MP Shorts channel, and you'll find that I will stream quite often on there. You know, on the go in different spots, whether I'm in a park or whatever. I will be streaming at that point. Hi Matt, I have cash to splash besides AMC and GME. Which stock do you believe will rise $5 to $10 in the next 3 to 4 months? I'm actually thinking Ride will make a pretty decent move. They've been heavily shorted recently, and I talked about them in the past. I actually had them on my list as a swing trade, you know, a while ago. And the problem is we've seen a crazy down market where it went past these levels that it was previously. It has no business being down to these levels. If I look at year to date, it has no reason being down to these levels. Historically, it's never gotten below that $9 mark. So it went down to $6.69. Had no reason to be down there. We're seeing this consolidation. We might end up seeing more of a, you know, a bull flag here, and seeing that increase after all of that shorting that's going on. It definitely has that possibility to easily hit some of these, you know, support levels, previous support levels, and current resistance level of about, where are we at? 13? Is that where we're sitting? Yeah, around 13-ish. And then we'll see that jump up to something of, you know, $18, $20, $22. We'll see these jumps knowing that we have that fluctuation in something like this. So I'm thinking this is going to be a good position to get into if I had to just pick one out of the blue. Now, if I was looking for a brand new position, it would be a different story. Who's the imposter? Matthew Perry's cough drops. No, we have an imposter. We don't have an imposter. Jesus, man, I need to blow my nose one more time. All right. 769 people in here. Guys, hit that like button. It does help out. Morning, Matt. What are your thoughts on AHT? I always want to stick to certain things, but I will give you my thoughts. What are you looking for out of this position? Because if I look at it, from a more 10,000 foot view, you're seeing this obviously stair step on the way down, large stair steps from certain points. So let me actually go to like 5 years. Yeah, you see this large downward move from this mark of 2015 really down to today. Now, would you say we're at a lowish point? It looks like previous lows have been $5. So where it actually stands, you could see a large increase in this position over a long period of time. So let's say if we're looking at something like this from January, actually, it took a couple of years to get to those points. So from January at $5 to get all the way up to, let's see, where was it at? Yeah, to get to about $70, or I can't even, for some reason, it's not pushing up. There we go. To get to like 80 something dollars, $84, takes a few years, but you are going to see some massive growth there. So it looks pretty decent at these lowish points. It did get to lower and lower points. The problem is that where it was previously at $1.27, it showed brand new lows from where it could get to. And after you see something like that, then you really just start to look at it and say, can it go back to those points? It recently just got to those points. So from January, I guess the lowest point was in October, and then started to really increase and got to about $5. So it doesn't look bad. It just looks like there may be a little bit of risk getting to those lowest points there. Let's look at something like a month. You can see the last month from that $1.83 mark, and we're seeing a large rise over the last couple of weeks or a couple of days or so. So yeah, I mean, it's on an upward trajectory. It's just moving very fast for where it was. So definitely taking a conservative approach because you don't know how high this could go based on the chart. It looks like it can go pretty high, and it might be on the start of an uptrend. So definitely keep that in mind. By imposters, do you mean when I act like I care what my wife talks about with her job? That kind. I'm not going to comment on that. Hit 6 figures in my portfolio this morning when it hit 42. That's amazing. Love to hear that. Preston, I was thinking about swing trading it and not sure how it will affect the movement. I'm the kind of cherry cough drop. Wait, I'm the cherry kind of cough drop. So we got Matthew Perry's cough drops and we got bleach and cough drops. Good morning. First I was a future sponsor by Hall's Medicine. Now it's a future sponsor by Kleenex. I guess. We have my tissues there. I bought them on Friday of the dip. Been here since January. Thank you for being here. Over 14K watching you, Trey, Justin, and others right now. Well, that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. I feel like I should start earlier and earlier. Maybe I should start when I wake up at 5 in the morning. You really need to run out and get double shot, clear the sinuses up. I'm not a doctor. It's mind blowing. This was nowhere. What? Nowhere going on in January. Yeah, I don't know what that means. So AMC is back up to 20% of an increase. It's up to $38.49. Pretty good. Hopefully we see some more positive movement today. That's what I want to see. That's what you guys want to see. Hopefully we can get there. 7 people viewing on Twitch. I appreciate you. Sorry for the typo. It was nothing like this 6 months ago. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It wasn't really making these moves. We did have that large push, very quick, but now we're holding on to these levels and continuing to increase. This is obviously showing the squeeze potential that we were talking about way back when, but it just took a long time. You know, they have so much money, which creates time, and we, a lot of people that were invested into the position actually didn't have that luxury of time. They thought it was going to squeeze then. I can't hear anything. I don't know why. You could use some milk. No, I couldn't. We have 66. Oh, I have my account is up to 66,000. I usually don't keep more than 30,000 in the account. Get that man some milk. He needs some milk. Air purifiers really work well for me. So yeah, you just stream all night while you sleep. Might be some creepers that are into that. Just continue to keep the stream up. Didn't Trey actually stream? I guess he left, and then he was just streaming his chair, and I seen that 7,000 people were watching his chair. I was just like, what is going on here? And maybe it was the community and being able to talk to different people in the chat. That's what it was about. Tony's Lemonades. I don't know what that is. Who's Tony's Lemonades? Is that another streamer that? Because it seems like everybody has something, like Trey's keyboard, Trey's lamp, Matt's chair, my cough drops. There's a lot of stuff that goes around. The swings will be huge over the next 2 months, in my opinion, based on 4 hours and even 30-minute analysis of GME squeeze. Do you feel this? This is a start of a gamma squeeze with all of the calls finishing. I would say for GME, I would say yes. Then again, don't know a lot about options. Let's see what's happening with GME, the way that that's moving. I don't really like, especially during a squeeze, I don't really like seeing the full swings. I like to see healthy pullbacks. But yeah, I don't really like seeing full swings because some of these are just like, more unhealthy movements than anything. You are seeing it pull back to the 200 EMA, which is definitely more healthy than anything. So I'd take that back. Typically, you don't want to see it pull back that fast. So getting up to 268 and pull back down to about 200, increase to about 260 again and show that the resistance up there. We're not really seeing too much resistance in a large scale or a smaller scale. He left yesterday and it was wild. Yes, it was actually everyone was talking about it and cheering AMC on. Get Sudafed in your allergy meds. Yeah, I'm right now. Like I said, I took Allegra, and I don't know. It's just not. It's not working a lot. I know my eyes are still watering. It's a lot to handle, but I'll get through it. I'll get through it. I'm here for you guys, and to be able to, have that communication. It's always great. I'm hoping that we can continue to break that $40 mark. I hope we don't see too much of a dip when it opens up, because a lot of times we are going to see those dips right when it does open. When we see yesterday, we seen that dip right from the start. Compared to GME candles, compared the GME candles versus what could be for AMC. And what'd you get out of it? Some people even super chatted Trey's lamp. Yeah, I don't understand it, but I seen it. I was like, oh, 7K people's watching Trey. I was like, why is only 7K people watching Trey? Typically, he has like, at least 15, if not 20 or so. But it was because 7K people were watching his share. And I was like, that is crazy. And that's for a number of hours. And I don't think it was the same 7K people. I think it was probably people that were coming in and out thinking, oh, we know he's live. Basically what I did. How do we know what the squeeze is? Just know when we see these large movements, this movement that we're seeing now is nothing compared to the movement we're going to see in the after hours market when the squeeze actually happens. So know that these increases, I'm believing this is where the peak point is going to be, the pre-market and after hours market. So know when you see those large increases and decreases, know that that's probably going to be the point to where it does pull back, but it has to be at a certain level. These levels are not large enough for that. Seeing a 20% increase in the after hours market, yes, ultimately it will probably it'll feel like it's a lot more in dollar value, maybe, hundreds of dollars or even thousands of dollars, however high it goes to. But that's where you'll be able to kind of predict that. But nobody can actually predict where the peak point is. That's the thing. If you say that you can predict where the peak point is, then you're lying. How high could this stock get to? It really depends on the whales. The whales are the biggest portion of this. If the people that are holding 10,000, 20,000 shares sell off quick, then you'll see that the peak point, or instead of 100K, it might drop down a little bit because certain whales sold off. But if you see less whales sell off, everybody's holding, then you're going to see this really peak out at its highest level as it could possibly get to. But just keep in mind when people start seeing those price points and the account balances, then they're going to basically sell that position. Because if you see $6 million in your account, I would imagine you're going to say, well, you know what? I'll take $6 million. And then most people will sell all of it. If it was me, I see $6 million in my account, I most likely would just take half. I don't care about the extra 3 million that I could have gained, because it could be a lot more. And also that 3 million could get shared with everybody else. You know what I mean? I'm okay with making $1 million so long as other people end up making hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars as well. So that's why I want to push the squeeze on as long as possible. But what people do is they do the wrong thing. They get all the way up to these high price points, they sell everything, and then they bring the position down. So this is why I say it would be so much better if we had millions and millions of people holding small amounts of shares. Because if we did, then the squeeze can go a lot higher, because if you sell off one share, it doesn't impact, or you sell off your whole account, it doesn't impact the squeeze as much. But if someone has 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 shares, as it starts to get up to those peak points, let's say $1,000, do you know any person right now that would buy AMC, for $1,000? Better yet, do you know 100,000 people that will buy AMC for $1,000? That's where it starts to get tough. When you get up into that high point of, holding these positions, now it's like, okay, you have 100,000 shares of this stock at, $10,000, $20,000. What are you going to do with it? Well, selling off a portion of it, obviously you can make a lot of money. Selling off all of it, you can make a ton of money, but it will bring that stock price down for the next person, and then the next person, and then the next person. You know what I mean? So all these people saying like, oh, well, it's great to hold as many shares as you can. It's probably better for the squeeze for more people to hold less. Does that make sense? Praying for you to feel better. Thank you for that. It was actually one. I read that. I don't understand it either. It was crazy. I just found out being a member gets you some icons. Yes, you get icons. You also have you got Emmy. That's my dog. If you see the emojis that I have Emmy, the stonks, and also profit hands. I want to create my own, but I haven't gotten around to it. Let's see. To the Fed, I compared GME candlesticks. What do you? I just read that. Shiba Inu is slowly rising this morning. I'm finally in the green. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't even checked my Shiba Inu coin. I haven't checked my other coins. They've been doing well. Yeah, you need to throw that body out and start over. I don't know what that means. How do we know what the squeeze is? I think I answered that. You will see a violent candle and the price jump when it starts to cover, and you will also see shares returned, and they have not done so. Sorry, found it. I just read that. There's a lot of AMC FUD on. You will make a cough drop one. That's smart. I probably will do that. Oh wait, I've had icons. You didn't tell me. Yeah, they're there. This is wise to become. Wait, is it wise to become a Zom whale? Yes and no. Because if you're looking for something really large out of it, yeah, I mean, you will see something really, really large out of it. So say if you have, let's say, I don't know, 10,000 shares, 20,000 shares, it's going to be tougher and tougher for you to sell all of those as it starts to get up to the peak point. But it doesn't hurt at this point, because I feel like this is going to make its move. You just really don't want to sell while they're constantly shorting it, because if you're a whale and they're constantly shorting it, then it starts to bring that price down a heck of a lot. But if you're a whale and you short, or you sell it at the $2 mark, $3, $4 mark, or whatever, and you make a decent amount of money, then I'm all for it. Who knew you get icons for 99 cents? Yeah, you get a lot for 99 cents. Again, I'm literally just trying to keep out all of the FUD, any negative activity, the spamming. So that's what I'm trying to keep out of there. Yeah, keep dropping those profit hands. I need to create better icons that are actually transparent, because a lot of them are boxy, and I want something that's an actual like icon here, and I will do that. If anybody has any designs for profit hands, let me know. Over on Instagram or Twitter, just send me something, and if it's transparent, I will use it. If it's not transparent, I can always cut it out if you have an idea for it. I got 1,200 shares. I plan on selling at 250 and 500. Don't shoot the messenger. Again, if you have your plan, that's good. I love to see people with a plan. There's a lot of people that don't have a plan. And if they end up developing that plan, they'll notice more success. It's Carl. I should do one for Carl, his actual face, because I have one of Emmy. I need to change that and put her face on there, and then also Carl. But yeah, you know what? I'll do that. I'll do both of those, and then we'll do profit hands. But I need to figure out what that's going to be, and then I guess cough drops. If you have 1K to start with, what would you do with it? I understand, not advice, but wondering for my kids. For your kids, hopefully you have a 529 account for your kids. A 529 account grows, at a pretty good rate. Depends where you really get it from. My 529 account is with Fidelity. Certain 529 accounts, most of them you just want the state benefit from, and also the fact that it's going to be something that will fund their schooling. But that's what I would go with first. If you don't have a long-term investment account, as in a Roth IRA, I would probably put money into there and contribute to that, secondly. And then after that, you can really make some moves into some short-term trading. As in you're looking at some of these big positions that we're seeing, whether you want to take the strategy of looking at all of the ones with high short interest and move on that, but don't actually put all your money into it, like diversify it, then you can go ahead and do that. But I would say go with some really good swing plays, like I just talked about, a ride being a good swing play, or even just putting it into, let's say some more like stable stocks, something like maybe I guess, I don't know if you'll call it stable now, Tesla and Amazon, Facebook, all of those. It's always great to get started with something that moves slower so you can get an understanding of how the market works, and then you can go from there. I did say it. Tony, for becoming a member. I appreciate that. We gained 7 new members today. Anybody else wants to become a member, you get icons. I love tacos. Thank you for the $2 super chat. If you get icons, you get to communicate in the chat for 99 cents. The live stream every single morning, and I just make it as cheap as possible. Please tell me why some people think that AMC is going to 1K and 100K shares. I can't seem to understand how AMC is worth more than a couple hundred. So understand this. Fundamentals go completely out the window, because right now AMC is not worth where it is now, right? Just because they still have a lot of debt. They still haven't developed their business plan. I believe that their current worth should be around that $20 mark. Now, fundamentals are out the window. We understand that. Everybody talks about this. Fundamentals are completely out the window. However, when we look at the overall look of the squeeze and how much the hedge funds are doubling down, tripling down, when they start to do this and start to do borderline illegal activity, you're going to see a lot of movement. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by a super chat here. I'll hold that for later. When you start to see them do all of this negative activity, that means that they're obviously hurting, right? The short interest rising, you're going to see all of these short shares getting taken up. You're going to see a lot of people that are buying up the position. When we hold a crazy amount of shares, it's basically supply and demand. Now, when you have a lot of shares available, it's tough for you to stay at those points because there's a lot of activity back and forth. But if everything stays as is, and we have 80-90% of people that are holding the position, then that means when they start to cover these, it's supply and demand. There's only a couple that are left. So it makes that last position, let's say 500 million shares, right? We're holding 499,999,000. There's one share left. And they can basically say, you know what? I need that share to cover, so I'll pay $20,000 for it. Realistically, it can get to that point for a small period of time, but we're looking for them to cover millions and millions of these short shares when they don't even have them available. So basically they're saying, you know what, I need to cover. I can't cover right now. So the only thing I could do is basically offer more money. So they're going to keep doing that and drive this price up. It's simple. It's simple to understand, but the only thing that we need to do as we're getting to those points is people need to hold. You have whales that actually get to, let's say, maybe $2 million worth of a gain, and they're comfortable with that. Or you have new investors that get to $2 million worth of a gain or $5 million worth of a gain, and they're like, well, I'm going to take this, and they take all of their money, which gives them the shares in order to cover, which technically wouldn't drive up that price. We need to be able to hold a lot of these positions, but we have whales that probably are going to sell off at higher and higher points. So it depends. It can get to 1,000. It can get to 10,000. Some people, I was watching Millennial Money last night, and I talked about this on my live stream last night, that Jeremy was saying that it was only worth, or it could get to $100, and it had a small percentage chance of getting to $100. And I had to comment in there and say, look, you guys got to do the research. You guys got to understand exactly what's happening here. And I don't think they really understand the true impact that this is having. The only person that's close to understanding, I guess, is Andre, because he actually talked to Matt Kors. But even if, he still didn't defend that narrative, and that's what kind of, rubbed me the wrong way. I even said in the chat, I was like, I'm surprised that Andre is not saying anything that this could possibly get to 100 or 200 if he did believe, what Matt Kors had to say. Was that interview / video literally just for exposure to AMC, the AMC community, or was he actually trying to understand? You know what I mean? Was he just using Matt Kors as a ploy in any way? Or, I don't know if he paid him. He probably did. He flew him out to, I think he lives in Vegas. But still, like, that's what I didn't understand. But it can get to those numbers. It just all depends on what whales, what investors do. Instead of if you get uncomfortable, or sorry, if you get comfortable with the amount that's in your account, instead of just going out and selling, all of it, take out half. That's better than, taking out the full amount. Which move would be smarter to make in your opinion? Buy 20 shares of AMC at $39 to $40, or let 80 stocks rise and ride from $10 to $11. That's a tough one because AMC has way more potential to increase. Because if you're buying 20 shares, you could easily double, triple, quadruple that, right? Just know that ride, you'll probably at most triple it, which means that I'm trying to figure it out. Which means that if I'm so hungry. Sorry if you hear my stomach through the mic, but you'll probably just double or triple it at max. And I would say a conservative play would probably just double it. So for AMC, I would go with the AMC route just because we're still early in this thing, and you want to find the best point. My stomach is really growling. What is going on here? You want to find the best point to get in, but I think AMC is probably the better bet at the moment. Longer term, yes, it's great to be able to put some into other positions, but like I said, if this since I did see, basically where the potential is, if they have some sort of driving force that is their last ditch effort to decrease this stock and it gets down to $10 or $12, I'm selling everything that's in my portfolio, probably besides crypto, and I'm putting that into AMC, just to let you know, because I see the potential and I'm ready to go. A lot of people making money. Could you talk a bit more about taxes? Yeah, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. So basically with taxes, it's very simple. For me, if you make $100,000, $200,000, $1 million, don't get stuck on the fact that you have $1 million in your account, because you have to pay taxes on it. It's not going to be something where they reach out to you right away and say, hey, you have to pay your taxes, or come to your door and say, hey, come and pay your taxes. No, you have to go to them. So basically, at the end of the year, you're going to end up paying these taxes that you're holding. I would say you put 50% of that money aside. Now, it's not going to be taxed at exactly 50%. Depending where you live, you'll have state, federal, all of those taxes fall into place. But what you need to do is take, let's say if you have $1 million here, take 500,000, put it away, maybe somewhere that may gain interest so that you can basically make a little bit more money on that. But either way, take half of it, put it aside. Anything that you don't pay in taxes, you could treat as a bonus, and then you could start using that money for other things. So let's say if you end up only paying the 40% or less than 40% in taxes, you basically have another $100,000 that you can put somewhere else that you can treat as a bonus, or that you can do it for a large vacation or whatever you wanted to do. Or you can put it into the stock market again. But either way, you wrote that off as like taxes that you're going to pay, so it's more of bonus money. Should I put 100 on AMC or BB? AMC. BB will rise, and it's always great to diversify. But if you feel like you need to have different investments, then yes. But there's a lot of people to where their investments have changed. They went from going into some of these other positions to actually holding about 80 to 90% of AMC in their portfolio. Should I put $100? Oh, I just read that. Go to a certified person. Let them do your taxes after they pop. Yeah, but you also want to look at what they're doing, because a lot of times, they'll charge you a lot. They'll give you the most, but they'll charge you a lot in order to do that. But you do want, a tax professional, a money professional that's going to be able to manage your money. If you do a great job managing your money, you should have no problem with that. My taxes are getting more and more complicated, as I add on, business income and business expenses, and hopefully going to be paying employees soon if we get to a certain level at all these channels to be able to just record and have them edit and post everything would be great. And have it on like a shared network. That would be great. Uncle Sam is the real winner. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Trade got called into work. You're right. Thousands of people stayed on there to talk to each other for hours. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, it was absolutely insane to see that because they were actually talking back and forth. They were saying things, about what was happening in the video. The problem with that though is that if there's no activity, you could actually get banned for that. So you probably want to let him know that. Well, I guess I can let him know that if he is going to have that happen and he got called into work, it's good that he had the stock market moving in the background. Because if it was just his chair, like if he was just streaming like this and I ended up leaving the MP Shorts channel and just left here with a bunch of people there, it would be, check out Martin Lawrence Twitter. Did he get on the AMC train? If he got on AMC, I'll be hyped. Martian. I'm going to say, what is going on here? I don't see anything. Does he even have a Twitter? I can't even find it. There we go. Something going on with AMC, y'all. That's crazy. That is crazy. Retweet. That is absolutely insane. Huh. Good with that. I'll have to hide what I just did. Just go to my page and I don't know, my profile. That's what I'm looking for. How do I add or remove? Oh man. Well, that sucks. Can you add or remove a retweet? Because I wanted to say something and I automatically uh sent it. So whatever. It's fine. We'll go with what I had there. We got 7 people over on Twitch. Matt, thank you for some reasonable advice. It's my opinion. One YouTube channel switched to covering AMC last week and now is making 5 videos a day about AMC, saying they sold all of their position and portfolio. They covered it for months and they put everything into AMC every day. Went from a reasonable channel to all in on AMC to the moon. Just unrealistic hype for views. What channel is it? But keep up the real and smart investing. We can learn from. I respect that. What channel is it? Let me know. I want to know what the name is. Amber. Hopefully you're still here. But that's crazy to see. Let's just go to it and undo it. I don't know what that means because it didn't work. Either way, I mean, it's fine. All right, let's see what's going on. All right, so we got 785 people in here. Thank you for showing up here. I realized that my notifications didn't go out to everybody. Whatever you're getting notifications on, whether it's YouTube, Twitch, or that's pretty much it. Matt, I own 27 shares of AMC. Should I make it 30 or ride it out with 27? Where's your cost basis? I think cost basis won't really matter as we're starting to get higher and higher. But it's always good to have it at a round number so that you understand what the potential is of it. If it gets to this point, how much you make. It's easy at 100. You understand all of those points. But yeah, if you feel as though it's something that won't raise your cost basis too much. If your cost basis is at like $10, it won't raise it too much by buying 3 more shares. Because the majority is in at the lower point. So it doesn't hurt. And go to one who referred you by someone. R King, thank you for becoming a member. Oh, Marty Mark, going to be all right, Gina. Yeah. I'm hyped that so many people are getting on the AMC train, or at least hinting that they're on the AMC train. Crazy. Found this pic of me as a child. Elon Musk talking about Doge. I like that. That's funny. Matt, you need to watch Wolf of Wall Street again before you talk about turning your back on 3 million. What? Who said turning your back on 3 million? What does that mean? Thank you, sir. No problem. No problem. We got 9 people over the MP Shorts channel. 758 people over on the Perry Experience, the Matthew Perry channel, my main channel. Go look at the other Matthew Perry talking on a banana in a pic. I don't know what that means. I was trying to find you on Twitter. It's Perry 8K at Perry 8K. Let's see. Let's actually go to activity, see what the concurrent viewers are. 768. Thank you for being here. I'm going to hit the add button. Make sure you hit that like button. It does help out, with the YouTube algorithm. Or, if you dislike the video, do that as well. Any engagement helps. I just want people to be engaged, whether they dislike what I'm saying or they like what I'm saying. Right now, the AMC is at $38.44, still hovering around that same point, more of a consolidation period at this point. Are we going to see this drop down in the market open and then start that recovery? Is it going to be a negative day, a positive day? We're seeing a lot of volume right now. Let's actually look at AMC on Fidelity to see if I can, if the volume has increased a crazy amount. So 27.3 million shares. So we're not seeing as much volume as we've seen, somewhere in the beginning of the pre-market, I guess. With that large rise, we're seeing less activity happen right now. They have contracts that will not allow them to say it straight. I don't know what that means. We like what you're saying. I appreciate that. So yeah, I know a lot of people last night were asking me about. I hate that, one, I like to go to different live streams, and I hate, going to those different live streams and seeing, people say, stupid things, about me, always saying, hey, he sold all of his position and getting the wrong narrative out of it. You don't really understand exactly what is going on and what everybody's plan should be. My plan is different than other plans. And I appreciate, people talking back and forth, but it just doesn't make sense for you to like say, someone like, sold all their position or anything like that. And I appreciate if anybody does, back me up, but it just hurts the community as a whole if you start to, say stupid things like that. And also it hurts investors' chances of being profitable in other areas. So obviously I want to help out as many people as possible. And I have this mindset here where if we all go in where there's millions of people that are holding, 100 shares or 200 shares or whatever, it's going to get to a point to where if somebody does sell all of their position, it's not going to hurt the squeeze. But for more and more people to have 10,000, 20,000 shares, it's going to hurt the squeeze when they end up selling everything. So just trying to give them an understanding of what they can do to not hurt the squeeze, because selling everything on the way down is going to hurt it more and more on the way down. However, selling a portion on the way up, being comfortable with some positions and taking profits off the table, right? That's the best way to do it, because if you do it other ways to where it gets up to 100K, it drops it really, really fast. So all of those people that are saying that don't really understand how the market works, how a squeeze works. Because when you have these large amounts of shares, it's basically saying, is there somebody that's going to buy your position that you're selling at $10,000? Possibly. There might be a person that's going to buy it at $10,000. However, is there 20,000 people that's going to buy it at $10,000? Probably not. You know what I mean? Like that's where it ends up getting very tricky. And then once you have that initial push, it's like 10,000 shares are going through at this moment. We'll see it on the level twos. If you're putting in a limit order, we'll see it on the level twos. And then a lot of people will say, okay, this is where the wall is. We're going to sell before that point. So know that I'm trying to help out as many people as possible, understanding that this could be a lot bigger if we played it the right way. But most people are saying, hey, we need to hold as many shares as possible and be the next DFV. But that's not, I know everybody wants to get to that point, but that's not feasible for everybody to be the next DFV. We can make a lot of money, but know that as people start to sell, this will start crashing down. From unrealized gain to realized gain, it's going to be a lot. So just trying to help out in every case. And I want to be able to, pitch this story, this narrative, this understanding of where we can go. But a lot of people don't think this way. I don't want to create any type of FUD. Anytime I mention something like that, people say FUD, paper hands, all of this other stuff. And I'm like, you're not understanding it. You're that person that holds, 1,000 shares, and you might be that person that doesn't, end up, or I guess 1,000 shares is not enough. 1,000 shares is enough for people to have. But what I'm saying is 1,000 shares is not enough to be a whale. You're one of those people that is probably an inexperienced whale that has 10,000, 20,000 shares that's going to sell at the peak and derail everything that happened very, very quick. Or sell before the peak so that you don't actually get to that peak. Do you know what I mean? The peak is kind of like falsified, I guess. Lorcan, thank you for becoming a member. Am I saying that right? Lorcan. I have 100 shares at $10. In your opinion, would it be wise to buy more shares when it is now averaging up? I think eventually the cost basis is not going to matter where you're at. It's just easy to understand how much you can grow from $10. Literally every time it grows $10, you basically double, triple, quadruple, quintuple, whatever. You'll see that move of how much you can make. Now, with people that bought in a crazy amount of shares at like $1 or a 190, yeah, it seems like every $2 they're gaining they're doubling their money, right? Or tripling their money, or adding one another multiplier with their money. So yeah, eventually it's not gonna be to a point to where it's like, okay, cost basis really matters. As long as you're lower or on the lower point, I would say, keep your cost basis probably below 100. Then yeah, you're gonna be in a really good spot, and cost basis really won't matter when it does squeeze. Would it be wise to buy more shares? Yeah, you can buy more. Just know if you buy, let's say you have 100 shares and you buy 200 shares, you're going to meet it halfway. So the cost basis is going to move. Right now, cost basis does matter, but later cost basis will not. So it doesn't hurt to buy more. If that's something that will be in your plan, you want to make sure you have this plan from the start of what you're going to do. So if you want to buy more and hold 150 shares, that'll be good. You'll increase that cost basis, but it doesn't really matter in the long run. Shout out to you, Diamond Hands, getting rich with AMC. Sold out a long time ago, like a beta. AMC was up to $39. Yeah, see, that's where it gets tricky. I mean, you start to see time factor in. So it's not the fact that people may be paper hands out there, and I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. Cost is making a move, 10% up. Shoot, I knew I should have made that move into cost yesterday. Okay. I was planning on doing that, but I didn't do it. I wanted to make a little more money with it. I was kind of being greedy because I already made $1,200 or $1,300 with cost. So I wanted to be a little bit greedy and put more money in there. Appreciate you for clearing that up. No problem. How do we vote on the AMC shares? I don't know the answer to that. You should get something in your email, right? For your platform. So last time you would get something, you got something in your email basically talking about AMC. Let me go to whatever my account is just to see if I can find it. If we do have it here. Weeple? You should have something in your email that you would get from them. But someone correct me if I'm wrong. NBC giving a coverage on AMC. Are they? Too bad I can't check any of that. I mean, I could actually, log into my Xfinity stream and stream there, but I don't feel like doing that. Matt, you seem to to you, Matt. You seen the vision early. Yeah, I mean, I did, but the time factor is horrible. I hate seeing people get cleared out of their position because of time. They basically sell their position because of the fact that a lot of people are. If you are leaving, make sure you hit that like button on the way out. It does help out the algorithm. But yeah, time, the way that we're seeing this like play out, and it went from let's say January until now. A crazy amount of months, a crazy amount of time to where people thought it was going to happen literally right after the fact, or right after the restrictions were lifted or something like that. But that wasn't the case. We've seen it build up and continue to get progressively worse for the hedge funds. And as we're looking at that situation, I mean, a lot of people where it was at $5 were probably questioning whether they should stay into the position or not. And as it started to rise up, you're like, okay, now it's getting to a good situation, but then they push it right back down. So it ends up driving people out of the position. I understand what their methods are, and it's not necessarily paper handing. It's more or less the fact that people just got sick of holding something that wasn't really moving. Yes, eventually you're making all of this money, but even if, like for me, typically I would make about $3,000 a month from trading. So if we go the 6 months, I would have made $18,000. Well, right now I currently am making more with what AMC is. It's currently at $25,000 of market value. This is all gravy on top of what I already own out of AMC, which is about $20,000. So basically on top of the gain, I think the total gain was around 28 or so. And that's basically saying that I jumped over that amount that I would make. And I also made money with costs in other areas as well. So the time factor also applies when you're looking at how much money you would make in a typical month. If you invested it somewhere else, would you make that money in the 6 months, or would you make a lot more money? Well, this has potential to continue to increase and make a crazy amount of money. So the meeting is next month, so I wouldn't worry about it for some time. Isn't the share count due this week? That's what I thought. I don't know what you're talking about. Originally for today, but moved to next month. Oh, okay. It was originally for today and was moved to next month. I wonder why I'm not seeing any type of. I want to. Did you see Adam Aaron mention we appreciate you? No. What are you talking about? Let's see. No, I didn't see that. I'm looking for it, but I don't see it. All right, so let's see. I have to call this out. Cost is right now at $26, up 10%, almost 11%, almost at $27 actually. AMC is up to $39.34, so it is increasing back above 22%. We actually have about 21 minutes until the market opens, and hopefully we see some good activity here. Yeah, Adam Aaron mentioned us in Europe not being able to vote. We appreciate you. Oh, I didn't see that. No. But we have 8 people over in the MP Shorts channel. Thank you for watching. 6 people over on Twitch, and about 630 people over on YouTube. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for becoming a member. I don't know how to say that name. But thank you for becoming a Money Makes Money member. You would almost never see a stock rally before a share count. I guess that's true. I've never taken notice really. Yeah, I was looking it up because I definitely wanted to be involved because I don't want them to add 500 million shares while this is going on. Yeah, they're not going to do that. They're not going to add 500 million shares while this is going on. Not to be negative, but I don't think squeeze is going to happen anytime soon. I think it's just going to stabilize under the hundreds. Why do you say that? I think we actually will see not the ultimate squeeze. I think we will see it not just stabilize at 100. I think we'll see consolidation points. So we're going to see this, get up to those maybe, like you said, 80 to 100, maybe 120. See those levels and see it start to consolidate until it does increase rapidly. I just watched Trade's why video, and it's fucking inspirational. Yeah, it's got some good stuff. again, I like to push, any of the positivities that are about that, about certain positions, and negative things about positions, just so that we understand both sides, or potential negatives and positives. I always like to look at things like that, because I play devil's advocate all the time, and it's smart to do that. Guys, if you want to join as a member, the link is down below. It's in the description, and also the join button next to the subscribe button. Also, if you want to become a member of the Discord group, click that link, sign up, and chat it up with everybody in there. If it goes to 100, it goes to close at 100, the squeeze would definitely happen, and goes up over 100 because of the hype. I think it might take a little bit of time. We might see a little bit of consolidation throughout the days, but we will see every day having those rapid increases. The percentage might get less and less, but also the percentage is getting less while the dollar figure is going higher, which means that the price is actually going up by more and more each day. So just because the percentage is less the next day and the price increased by 50% the day before, doesn't mean that it's going to increase by 50% the next day. Even if it only gets into the low hundreds right now, it's still going to pay for my heart, so I can move forward with my personal goals. What do you think about AI? Like AI in general, or is this a... Okay. We'll see some rapid growth there, which we have been seeing a number of positions end up making that move from $47 up to $73. This growth is huge. You have that consolidation period. You might actually see a large bull flag here. This looks like the pole. You got that flag here, looking for that takeoff moment. So it doesn't look bad, but I don't know why we're seeing this large increase. This is literally a textbook bull flag setup. Throughout the day, we might see that large increase. However, you might see that also pull back. It looks like it has a lot of strength around that area, around that $70 area. So look at that with caution. It looks good. How are you live on 2 channels? Pre-recorded video? No, it's not pre-recorded. So you can actually be live on 2 streams as long as they're at different time periods. Like I have a low latency over here, or ultra low latency. It's literally live over here. And then I also have one that's like kind of lagged behind, but it's a different look to it. So it's not, copyright or anything and all of that. So sorry about the confusion. Hormone replacement therapy. I'm trans. Oh, okay. Now I understand. Well, that's good. If you can get everything that you wanted from AMC. AMC seems to be giving everybody what they need, what they want, and I hope that people can do the right thing with a lot of this money that they get, and don't just blow it on like Gucci bags or something. I don't get it. I have 2 different channels, and I have I have my phone set up with my other channel, and then I have my computer set up with this one. So really, this one is to just get like more of a personal view of me. We can talk, we can chat. I usually go a little bit longer here, and we can have a discussion there. But we have about 45 minutes until the market opens, and we're ready to go. 10 new members today. 580 people in here. We have 580 likes, so I appreciate that. No matter, even if it did decrease quite a bit in the concurrent viewers, we understand that other people are starting to become live. Maybe I should go live a lot earlier. Maybe I should go live at 5 a.m. Is that... Because it seems like a bunch of people are going live earlier and earlier. It seemed like I was that pre-market guy into the market open until some of the other people ended up going live. Let me actually mute this just to see when people started. 46 minutes ago. I got a baby crying upstairs, so if you hear a baby crying, that's Hayden. And you hear another child stomping around, that's Harper. Are you live on both channels? You're talking. You got clones. Yes, I'm live on both channels. I don't know what it's not that difficult. You can actually be live on up to 3 channels if you want to. I had to look at some of the rules to see if it was allowed. I think you mean 15. Oh, did I say? I said 45 minutes. I was talking about 45 minutes of the stream. 15 minutes of the market till the market opens. Yes, you're right. New 52-week high at $39 and let's see. Let's go. If it opens, yeah, at those points. Hey, what's Dogecoin is looking good. Yeah, at $38. Come on. Sometimes Webull closes down. $38.80. We're seeing that start to come back a little bit. Let's look at minute by minute. Starting to see it come back a little bit, but we're in a good situation. We increased quite a bit, over 20% in the after hours market and the pre-market. You can stream 3 channels at the same time, in the same time zone. I use Restream and can stream YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook gaming. I was thinking about streaming on Facebook. Do you think there would be an audience of streaming, on Facebook? I was going to create a group and just, stream on Facebook. Because if I can set up, I have this multi-stream, and if I could set up multi-streams, then I'm all for it. This thing is just pissing me off. We have 534 people in here. Hopefully we have some really, really good movement today. It seems like we're starting to decrease here. Look at this drop down to 19%. This is typically what they do. We might see more of a drop in the open. Down to 19% here. Hopefully we start to come back, looking like we're starting to make a little bit of a move off of that wick. It was a longer wick, but adjusted. Here's my hey, I'm 100% also getting some nice dresses with my money, but I'll probably also donate a bunch. I have enough. Yeah, again, one, donating to people is great, or donating to charities is great. So if you could find a way to either help the homeless or feed the hungry, I donate to No Kid Hungry every month and would love to donate a portion to No Kid Hungry, just because I've been that kid in that situation where I was extremely hungry and didn't have meals to eat when I was a child, which I should probably put out something regarding my story so people know who I am, where I came from. I wanted to do that when I get like maybe a little bit bigger, so maybe 200,000, 300,000, 500,000 subscribers. I don't even know if I'll get to those points. I'm happy where I am. Definitely an audience on Facebook. Okay. Then I'll make that move today. You'll see me creating a group. It's not going to be like an AMC group. It's going to be like a stock investors group, and then be able to stream about AMC on Facebook. Because I hear that, like if you set up specific positions, that's actually not legal, and that's why they shut those accounts down on Facebook. Um, 30 shares at $100,000 could be life-changing. Yes, and just know with 30 shares, you're more likely to be able to sell at $100,000 than someone that has 100 or 200 or 1,000 or 10,000 shares. So know that That's why I keep saying with the more people that are holding less shares, the better the situation is. If so many people are holding, you know, 10,000 shares or, 4,000 shares or 5,000 shares, it doesn't end up making a great situation when they choose to sell. They're telling you to hold on for a larger and larger amount, but when you see whales start to sell, it drops down significantly. So some of these drops aren't just, hedge fund driven, but also whale driven. As it gets up to some of these high prices and it continues to grow, it takes less and less shares to drop it as much. Do you know what I mean? I grew up poor and had a sleeve of saltine crackers for dinner a lot of nights and had no dad or mom. And same here. I didn't have a sleeve of saltine crackers. I literally had no food. There was a point to where I would survive off of like $1 a day, but and that was as a kid, as a 13-year-old, as basically 10 to 13-year-old. I had times to where I asked for money. There's a lot of situations to where I was just like, I have no other choice than to get some help. And luckily, some of the people ended up helping me. It's not a crazy amount of help. 25 cents goes a long way in those situations, especially back then, to where you could buy a lot of things for 25 cents. The live stream on the shorts first, and then the main is behind. Yes. What is that child doing up there? AMC is trending #1. Is it? AMC Army. Well, here we go. Jesus. It seems like AMC for me at least is trending #1 there. But when I look at the trending section on Twitter, it's not showing it at #1. We have Dogecoin to $1 that's trending. That's trending #4. But yeah, geez. Let's see. Any consequences for first good faith violation? Not that I know of. 70K a year till 70K a year till you retire. You won't pocket 2 million. What are you talking about? 70K a year till you retire. You won't pocket 2 million. Sad. Our past makes us who we are today. No shame. In watching you, I have made enough money to pay my bills for months ahead. Reinvest and donate at least 1K a month in various charities for a tax write-off. Sounds bad, but I'm making money and helping others. I hear you, and it probably just wasn't me alone. And I'm happy to be here to help people, but I would imagine there's other people that actually are helping as well. I don't want to take full credit for helping just one person. Now, if they solely watch me, then I'll say it's great that I was able to help you. But I would imagine you have a lot of people that are there behind you. Basically say you're doing the right thing. This is where I would go, and giving you that second opinion. and it's always great. In the book, I just did a video which I will be posting on the Patreon for the How to Day Trade for a Living. They talked about the community and building a community, and community is one of the most important parts, really. And I don't think I went through that yet, but community is one of the most important parts. And I think if you do have that first and second opinion, that makes you yeah, if you do have that first and second opinion, that makes you basically profit a little bit more. We are dropping below 37 or $38 now. We're seeing that large buying pressure. We'll see large buying candlesticks, but they are pressuring it down with a lot of sell orders, a lot of shorts that are going through. I would imagine we stay around that 20% short. Hey, Matt, how long do you predict AMC can dip today? How low? It depends. I'm thinking we're going to see a dip kind of like what we seen yesterday. So something like this to where we start to see that recovery because they're looking to push it down at the highest volume. I would imagine that's where they're looking to make that move rather than some of these areas around the morning time and about 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock-ish. That's where they're looking to make those moves. So I think we can dip low, but I don't know if it'll be this low. I think we'll probably see somewhere around maybe 35, and then it'll bounce back. Buying that dip. Yeah, I'm actually trying to do a day trade for a living. It's tough, though. It is tough. I think the best thing you can take from anything is risk management. If you manage your risk and understand what your potential gain will be, and basically limit the amount you can lose, you will be fine. Because limiting how much you lost is also a win in my book, because there's a lot of people that will sit on it and lose a crazy amount before they actually sell their position, and then eventually they start getting into that trend to where they're selling at the bottom and buying at the top. And you don't want to get into that trend. If you ever feel like you're getting into that trend, start over, understand where it is, then get back into it, and then make those moves and find the littlest bit of profit that you could find, so you start to see that shift in the other direction, So it's very tough, but you can actually make a living day trading. You can also do it as a side job. Let's say you work at nights. It's easier for you to get onto the markets and put some money in there and trade some in the beginning of the day. Maybe 30 minutes in the day and make an extra, $100 a day or $300 a day or $1,000 a day, whatever you're looking for. Let's see. We got 1 minute until the market opens. Let's get ready to rumble here. It's awesome. He recognizes us. I'm in Ireland. Wow, that's amazing. I would love if I went to a different country or different states and people knew me from there. They were just like, oh, Matt, hey, how are you doing? You know what I mean? I'm an introvert, but if somebody says, hey, how are you doing? And then, I see them in a different state. Erica gets very upset because of the fact that I know people in different states. That has happened before plenty of times where I knew people in different states, and it looks like we're open. We're dropping down to about 36 right now. Just know that these drops, as the price does go up, that these morning drops will be more and more. You know what I mean? It will drop more and more because of the price that it's at. So it'll drop more and more dollars. So it's down to $36, down to 15%. Has dropped down to 14% at that low. We're seeing costs. Let's see if that's making a positive move. Oh, waiting for that to pull back, and then I'm going to see that dip. But yeah, we're starting to see that drop down below. It's at 35-ish. Wait to see that recovery portion. You might still see a couple of red candlesticks here. Don't get too antsy to buy into these dips. You got to wait until you actually see some of those movements. It's on a downward moving overall downward moving channel. but we're waiting for that to make those moves. Is that the complete dip? Actually, I'm going to sell these positions because I'm tired of holding these. ADT is green, so let's sell that because that's a free stock. Sell that. That's a free stock. Sell this. I got 6 free stocks here, valued at $52. That's amazing. And then craft. Oh wait, there's another one too. Hopefully AMC is making a comeback while I'm doing this. See, all of these free stocks, I don't like to hold too many positions. And when I seen how many positions I was holding, I was like, what is going on here? Let's look at AMC. Let's see where they're at. They're at 15%. So they're starting to make that move back up. Hopefully some people were able to find that dip. It's starting to jump back up here, up 16%, up 17%. BB's up 12%. Cost is up 9%. We're starting to see that little bit of a comeback here. I would like to see cost make a decent move today. But if it goes against me, it goes against me. I will get stopped out at a $20 loss if I end up buying some at these points. Yeah, we're looking for a decent gain there with costs for me at least. Come on, stick to your guns. Jump up. Stick to your guns. AMC, so we're looking for that to get up in maybe the 12% mark. Actually see those rises. We're seeing AMC start to come back a little bit. So sometimes it's as easy as finding some of these good plays and seeing where you can actually get sold out at if you start to see this really jump. So right now we're seeing this tick go with us, already up $11. Could end up falling back to the 200 or to the 15 moving average. So yeah, let's see. AMC starting to come back a little bit. We're seeing a lot of things start to make that move back. So to the 200, to the 15 moving average, a lot of times it will make that move. Let's see. It's so tough to be able to, talk to people and stay with it. Where's That's an interesting point. Where is Zomedica is actually decreasing a little bit. That's down to 81 cents. It's starting to come back a little bit. Starting to make that move back. Let's see. We're seeing a lot of things go negative, which is not a great sign. Not a great sign. It might be getting to where my stop loss will be. It's close to it, which is cool, but it limits the amount that you can lose, and that is it limits the amount that you can lose, but it's still in an upward movement, so it's not showing any type of negativity really there. I understand you see these large candlesticks, these large red candlesticks, but it shows the positivity there. So we're seeing AMC start to make that move up. A lot of things will follow. You see the 15 moving average actually below the 200 EMA there, which is still like indicating that downward trend, but we can hope that we see this turn, this 15 moving average end up curving and turning up. We're seeing the same thing with cost, and hopefully that continues to rise. BB is actually making a decent move, not really making those large decreases, but is showing we have 40.9 million shares traded within the first couple of minutes of the open. That's amazing. Looking for cost to make some positive moves here. We've seen a lot with costs. I decided to make that move in there. Wow, look at Fubo TV going from $24 up to $25. That would have been a great move this morning, which I did not even see. It would have been an amazing move. No red to basically sell your or get yourself out of that position. Right now, would it still be a chase? I think so. Because it's starting to find that way back. You're starting to see costs get to a level to where it's really fluctuating. Really fluctuating. Right in that area. We're not really seeing, we're seeing it resist at that point. If it does drop below that point, then that's going to be basically hitting my stop loss there. What is going on here? AMC is now starting to come back as well. Eight people watching over the MP Shorts channel, 500 people watching on my main channel. Jesus. Man, what is going on here? The hotkeys just aren't working. That wasn't the best move, as it did start to get that lower drop. The only thing is you see some of these recover and then you get back in for another move. I am so distracted. We got babies crying upstairs, children everywhere. 5 viewers over on Twitch. Thank you for being here. If you're ever in Ireland, I'll buy you a Guinness. I don't drink Guinness, but I appreciate the gesture. I understand. You'll buy me a beer. We start to see that movement. AMC looks like it's still on an upward movement there. That's not bad. It's like really large candlesticks, meaning you have a lot of volume. AMC was $44.75 during early pre-market. I know it jumped really high, and you're seeing it make a move upward. It does have that little bit of a V-shaped recovery. Large candlesticks here, very large candlesticks. Do you think ZOM will ever recover to $2? Yes, I do. I would imagine they're still being shorted. Are they up today? SOS is down. I need SOS to make some moves there. AMC volume is so high. I know it's been high for the last however many days. We're starting to see DraftKings make a little bit of a comeback here. That's good. We're seeing some negativity with cost, the way that it's moving. It just hit a certain peak and then, went against me. And that's okay. Getting stopped out for a small loss is always better than taking a larger loss, especially when it gets above certain levels that you were at. You know what I mean? And if it does show that that trend of where it can get to, this is continuing to move up. You would think that was going to pull back somewhere around there, way far away from the 15 moving average, but the 15 moving average is actually chasing the stock. So that looks really good. I didn't see this in the morning. I didn't actually take a look at it. If I would have seen these two candlesticks, I would have actually went with it. At the end of the day, if AMC goes up every day, we are still winning. Yes, we are. But this movement is healthy. This movement is very healthy. They're obviously trying to push this down. We have a number of people that are willing to sell at $38 and not hold on to the position, but there's a lot of people that are willing to buy. You can see the huge swings. Huge green candlestick, huge red candlestick. Huge green candlestick, basically, and we have that huge red candlestick. So you're going to see this start to, wedge a little bit. We're starting to see that break. It just broke the 200 EMA, which is amazing. Broke 39, didn't break $39, but it's at that $39 mark. Currently at $39.14, $39.17. Wow. We're seeing some great movement. 39.29, 39.30. We're seeing some good movement here. We're ready to take off. This is what you look for. This is what you look for. This is what you hope for. 39.24, 39. Still at 39.30 out of a high. You know, it looks really good. Let's see. Starting to see that pull back a little bit. AMC is being shorted so hard. Why are they doing this? They continue to do it because they lost, and they know that they lost. Wow, that's a large drop. Are you kidding me? That is a large pullback. But they keep doing it because they know that they lost, and they're going to keep trying to pull people out of the position. Eventually, they're going to say, oh, people will give up. I understand what you're thinking. People will give up, but we're not going to give up that easily. Fubo TV is just going crazy. The movement is just insane. BlackBerry's up 10%. It's starting to decrease as well. Looks like it's more consolidating. There's a lot of things that are actually consolidating versus increasing quite a bit. AMC was making that move to 39, or hopefully we were hoping for 40. It's still showing those buy heavy candlesticks. So we might see something pretty big take off here. They're trying to really push this down. We have 85 million shares worth of volume within the first however many minutes, 15 minutes. Within the first 15 minutes, we're seeing that many shares worth of volume. All right, so let's see. Cost is making decent moves. BlackBerry's making decent moves. We're hoping we can see this, move on that upward trajectory. Fubo TV is continuing to make those moves here. I'm wondering when we're going to see that little bit of a pullback. That little bit of a pullback, which can indicate more of an upward trajectory. Matt, are you still shocked that we have 50%? We haven't had a 50% day yet. Yeah, I'm still shocked. They're literally holding this thing down as much as they can, because it makes no sense why we didn't see that 50% day yet. A huge red candle possibly incoming. Yeah, for Fubo TV, I could definitely say that makes sense. Tesla has been decreasing for me today. Look at this. Look at this red candlestick. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Cage. Look at that candlestick. They're really fighting this thing. Really fighting this thing. Oh, is that what they're going to do? Is that what they're going to do? BlackBerry is dropping below certain levels. Sorry, let me actually take this out. Costs up 7%. AMC is up 18%. We're seeing that start to come back a lot more. And this is not based on people just selling. I understand people are willing to sell at $39, but understand that the more that people hold, the more that retail traders start to factor into why this price is decreasing, rather than just being shorted. My bad. I can't buy my money. I can't put money into my account? What do you mean by that? Why can't you do that? So yeah, I'm going to be watching this, not all morning, but I will be watching it, looking to make a little something out of costs, looking to make something out of other positions. We could see that Ride is actually increasing quite a bit. Now I hold 187 shares there, currently up $117. Romeo Power, I'm actually up, and I want to see that continue to move in the right direction. AMC, I'm up 18,000. GameStop, I'm up $50. Tesla, I'm up $80 or $90. Ethereum, I'm up $400. So it's definitely a mixed change of things. We're seeing costs start to make that move down. It looks like it resisted at these points multiple times. So it looks like it has strength somewhere around there, that $25 mark. I put more money in at $26.34, looking for that to rise above that point. But we are seeing a downward movement. We're seeing lower lows, or actually not lower lows here. We're creating that same low, and hopefully it doesn't continue down to create that newer low, because we created a newer high. It's a lower high, and we want to see that broken. We want to see it go, higher highs and higher lows. What are your thoughts on MCHC or HCMC? I really don't get into a lot of positions. I know that with that position, it's really just more of a gamble play. It's when is it going to hit some of these higher points. So for something like HCMC, let's look at HCMC. We can see that the movement is crazy. When you see that movement there, you're like, oh wow, jumping between, literally fractions of pennies. But then if you start to really go out, the max amount, you can see that some points it hit really high numbers, hitting $875,000. So it's possible that you could see those large jumps up to these points while holding some of these shares, and for a long period of time. This happened back, the last time that this happened, it was back in 2015. So we're really due, with all the volume that we've seen, we're really due for, those large increases. So if that does end up happening one of those times, I'm all for it. And I have about, I think, 24 shares in like a Roth IRA just in case. Popular positions. Let's look at the day. What cost is doing. We're seeing a large increase there. Yeah, we're seeing a large increase there. We hope we can stay on this trajectory. It's not going to pull back on us because it is resisting at those points. I guess maybe if it's creating that newer high, I did see it create that new high, but it is resisting at some of these points. So creating that newer high is great for indicating an upward trajectory. So that's why I'm sticking with this for a little bit. Hopefully we can continue to create those newer highs, and if we do create a lower or a higher low, then that's an indication of an uptrend as well. So we broke past 40 just for a hot second. We broke past 40. That large candlestick is amazing. It looks like all these positions are following what AMC is doing. You see AMC make these moves, and you're going to see other positions do it. You're seeing BlackBerry actually make a different move here. That's starting to really increase more on the lines of what cost is doing. Let's see what GME. Ride is up 3%. It's starting to really come back. Remember, this is a heavily shorted position as well. It continues to be short. Got a baby crying upstairs. Hope they stay here for a little bit. All right, guys. I think, we're about to break 40. But yeah, there we go. There's that upward movement that we needed. I want to see the same thing with other positions. With, Fubo TV just looks amazing. It looks like a full bull flag setup. We might have this consolidation here and see some more skyrocketing. Just get ready. It looks like cost might give us something good. Yeah, let's just see some positivity here. We're seeing some really good positivity, up to $40, almost at $41. Almost at $41, guys. Total account value right now at 20, or not total account value, but total AMC value at $26,000, $20,000 up. And this looks amazing. Absolutely phenomenal. Hopefully we're seeing costs make those same moves. That's good. It's good. I want to see that skyrocket. Let's go. Let's see costs make the same moves that AMC is moving. That's going up to $41.35. All right, we're starting to see that pull back a little bit. So I took what I had with costs a little bit, even though that kind of just broke even right there, because I recently made a purchase where I lost a little bit. We broke 40, folks. Yes, we're up $41.16. We're seeing that start to make these moves. That's what I'm looking for. SNDL is about to hit $1.06. Yeah, it's up 5% right now. Fubo TV, that's starting to really, come on. Fubo TV is starting to come back a little bit, so it's doing kind of the opposite of what some of the other ones are doing, even though it had this large increase there. So I'm really hype about that. Romeo Power is starting to come back. That's kind of following what's happening with Ride. I would like to be able to pull. That's Nokia. Nokia is doing pretty good, but I'm looking for Ride. I would like to be able to, pull out of Ride and actually get in lower at some of these really, really low points. I'm still above where I'm at. I mean, it's $97 up, but technically my cost basis is actually $11 from trading over. So I would like to be able to get in lower to buy a lot more. Fubo TV is starting to make that increase a little bit. You see costs that came back, so it's good that I made that move to get out. But eventually you're going to see that move with AMC. AMC is at 27% today. 27%. Here I put in an order to buy at 33 and didn't think it would be going up at open of the market. Yeah, I mean, it did go down. I said it would get to 35, and it did get to 35. And that's where I thought the buy would have been. Just wait for that breakout, and we've seen that breakout to see that AMC was going to rise. So seeing that at 26 really showed the indication of this upward trend, and we didn't really see a pullback. We're seeing higher highs, higher lows. It's really that indication that it's going to continue to increase unless they start to really push this thing down. But then other situations like cost is actually breaking below certain levels. Fubo TV was increasing quite a bit. We're at a consolidation period. Maybe we might see this skyrocket with this pull and this flag that's created. Let's see. Ride. I want to see that make better move. BB, that's starting to come back, but it is creating lower highs. You see this? Lower highs every time, lower lows. That's not a good situation to be a part of. You want to find where that actual dip is until it starts to create the higher highs and higher lows. Looks like AMC is starting to come back, broke below 40. All right. Well, I think I need to get out of here a couple minutes early so I can say bye to my kids. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, oh damn, I didn't see a $35 rip. Oh well, I'll find my price today at a couple shares. Yeah, I mean it was pretty quick. But yeah, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to join the Discord group, do that. If you want to join as a channel member to be a part of the community and talk in the chats, then do that as well. But I appreciate you guys, everybody that's watching. You're all amazing on Twitch, on YouTube, on every single. Are you ticklish? Yes or no? No, I'm not ticklish. But yeah, I appreciate everybody. There's a lot of people streaming right now, but I'm gonna have to make that move out of here. I'm gonna have to stop streaming today, go say bye to my kids, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.